Okay. Does anybody in here happen to know the difference between biweekly and semi-monthly? They both sound like they're both time periods, right? But how often do they happen? Which one? Every other week. Which one of these is every other week? Biweekly, okay. So every other week. You get paid. How many weeks are in the year? 52. So if you get paid every other week, then how many times do you get paid? You get paid 26 times a year. Okay, how about semi-monthly? Every other what? Every other month? No, that would be bi-monthly. Semi-monthly means twice a month, which feels like the same thing as bi-weekly, but it's not quite. So if you get paid twice a month, how many times a year is that? What'd you say? 24 times a year. Okay, so let's say that you got paid $50,000 a year for your salary job. Which one is better to have, biweekly or semi-monthly? Biweekly, how come? You get paid more often. Which one is your paycheck going to be bigger on? Semi-monthly, because if you get paid less paychecks, but you still have the same salary, right, you're going to have a bigger amount. Everybody do this right now. Let's check it out. Let's say you make $50,000 a year. Everybody put in $50,000 into their calculator. 50,000. Okay, now divide by 26. That means if you got paid bi-weekly, each paycheck before taxes, before FICA, all that stuff, would be $1,923.08. Now if we take that same $50,000 and we divide it by 24, your paycheck's a little bigger because you get paid less time per year, so your paycheck's going to be a little bit bigger every time. Neither one is better than the other, but it is important to know how you're paid so that you can make sure that your paycheck is right, because you should be checking on that when you start a new job. For example, here's a way that a place could mess up. They messed up my paycheck here for like 2 months because when I started my first year here, I was hired in like after first quarter, like in November is when the teacher retired. It was a weird thing, and because her husband was sick. And so I came in for 3/4 of the year. So what they did on my salary was they said, here's your total salary, but we're going to pay you at 0.75. So like just 3/4 of the year. Makes sense. And then the next year they forgot to take that 0.75 off of my salary. And so they were only paying me 3/4 of my salary until I caught it like within like, but it took me like a month and a half to figure it out. So I should have been watching it before that. Okay, let's go to the worksheet and try a couple of these. I want to try 10 through 12 together. All right, so we're going to start on number 10. Stay with me now. All right, job A pays $450 per week, and job B pays $28,500. Oh, wait, no, I'm looking at this one, right? Sorry, job 10 is this much per year, $28,450 per year, and this one is $2,320 per month. How do I find out which one pays more? Sure. What do you guys want to do? You want to do like per year or per month? Per year? All right, so I'm going to need to take that $2,320 and multiply by 12. I could divide by 12 too and compare them per month. So I'm going to write down this one is $27,840 per year. So that means that job A pays more. And when it says how much more, I'm just going to subtract the yearly values from each other. You could technically answer this either way. Just make sure you label it correctly. So this would be, the difference is $610 per year. Okay. Now, job A for 11 pays $839 semi-monthly and $840 bi-weekly. Which job pays more? How do I find this one out? I need to be able to compare them. Right, I'm going to figure them both out per year. So semi-monthly, if I look at the sheet we just did, means 24 times a year, so I'm going to multiply by 24. And this one bi-weekly, I'm going to multiply by 26. So you should do that on your calculator right now. See if you get the same numbers that I do. Did you guys get the same thing I did? That was 20,136 for semi-monthly and 21,840 for bi-weekly. So the job that pays more is job B. And then how much more? I'm going to just subtract them. $1,704 per year. All right, we're going to try one more time. This one is already, this job B is already at per year, but this one isn't. So this one's a little harder because it tells you how much per hour and then how many hours per week. Okay, so what should I do for A to make that equivalent to years? Okay, so I'm going to take $895 multiplied by 40 hours per week. So $895 times 40, everybody should be doing this, is $350 a week. And then what? How do I get it to a year? Times by 52. I get $18,616 per year. So it looks like job A is more profitable. And then to find out the difference, I'm going to take 18,616 minus 16,400, which is by $2,216. And remember, although it's important to figure out what the difference is between jobs when you're comparing them, the most important thing, in my opinion, is if you're going to enjoy yourself at that job. Okay, you've got the rest of the hour to work on this. I'm going to put the answer key up here, and I'll come around